So, key features from Vertex form, that means key features of the graph, or like just key features of it. So if we look at the equation y equals 3 parentheses x minus 2 squared minus 4, remember that that is in the form of a, h, and k. Remember, the a is how wide or skinny it is. The h is the horizontal shift, and it's always the opposite direction. And then the k value moves it up or down. So I know that so here are the things that we're going to have to identify. We're going to have to identify the vertex. Remember, that's either the highest point or the lowest point of the parabola. The axis of symmetry, that's kind of new. We'll talk about it. Stretch factor, that's how much it's stretching or compressing by. Sketch the function, so that's right down here. I'm going to actually do it first just because it's always easier for me to look at that first. Increasing interval, decreasing interval, and the range. So I'm going to sketch the graph first. So I'm going to go down here and I'm going to sketch the graph. So we have to go by the A, H, and K. So remember, you always move by H and K first. So if it's a negative 2, I need to move 2 to the right. And then if it's a negative 4, I need to move down 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That should be review. So I moved right 2 because of the H value and down 4 because of the K value. The A value is 3, so you always move over 1, and then you go up 1, 2, 3. Move over 1 and up 1, 2, 3. So that's the sketch of the graph. That was a terrible. Okay, so our vertex, so that first spot up there that it tells us to answer is at 2, negative 4. So 2, negative 4. That's our vertex, because we have to do the opposite of H. The axis of symmetry means where is it like identical across. That's still just, that's the axis of symmetry, because if I folded it, well, if I would have drawn it better, if I would have folded this, or if I were to fold this, these points would match up because it's a mirror image. So the axis of symmetry is at x equals positive 2. So it's just the x value of your vertex. So x equals 2, it hits the x-axis at 2. Okay, the stretch factor is just the a value, so 3. We've already sketched the function. The increasing interval. Now this is something that is different. The increasing interval is when you are looking at your graph. So when you're looking at your graph, when is it increasing and when is it decreasing? Well, we always move along the x-axis, getting larger. So as I move from left to right, on this, if you look right here, I'm decreasing, decreasing, decreasing. At the axis of symmetry, or at the vertex, it changes from decreasing to increasing. So let me find my purple pen. So this is decreasing because it's going down. And then this side is increasing. So it's decreasing, 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 and then it stops, and then it starts increasing. And it would increase forever. So the increasing interval is on the x-axis, and so make sure we're talking about on the x-axis. So on the x-axis, it is talking about when is it going up. Sorry, the video stopped working. So again, on the increasing interval, we're talking about the values on the x-axis. So if we talk about these values, it is decreasing at first. So it decreases. And notice this is not the last point. So it actually decreases from negative infinity, and then it's decreasing from negative infinity because it's all the way over here. It's still decreasing because it'd be way, way, way up here, and then it'd be decreasing to this point. So it decreases from negative infinity to that 2. Remember, when we're talking about intervals, you have to do a parentheses at negative infinity and then a bracket at 2. So it's decreasing. And then where this stops, so where it stops decreasing, is where it starts increasing. So it would be from 2 to infinity. Because from here to infinity, or for infinity, it's always increasing. So increase. So decreasing is from negative infinity, I'll move it down, sorry, to 2. Oh man, I wrote that wrong. Sorry. The decreasing is from negative infinity to 2. And increasing is from 2 to infinity. Okay, the range we've talked about, so it should just be review, but I'll still talk about it. The range talks about the y-axis. So on the y-axis, all of the values, the lowest values at 1, 2, 3, 4. So from negative 4 and then to infinity. So negative 4 is the lowest value to infinity. Again, bracket, parentheses. So all of the values on the y-axis go from negative 4 to infinity. Okay, notice when we're talking about parabolas, you have to have a negative infinity somewhere and you have to have a positive infinity. And this value right here is always talking about the x value on the of the vertex.